Welcome back to another episode of ScenicFights, Fight Scenes Breakdown. My name's Chad Vázquez.
I'm Logan Lo.
And we are back with another Kengan Ashura episode. Love this show, love the community behind it. Thank you for the support, guys.
Yeah, it's been a while. The last time I recall, you shoved your crotch in my face for the Cosmo versus Dudley fight.
I didn't shove it, I threw it. I think about it every night. Okay. If you are interested in some more flying crotches from Chad to Logan's face, please make sure to like, subscribe, comment below, buy some awesome merchandise from our YouTube channel, and there'll be some awesome content coming your way.
Well, honestly, if we get more subscribers, maybe it's worth it.
That's the right idea, that's the right mindset. With all this being said, let's break down the fight between Karo Yoshinari versus Saw Paing.
Wait, are you gonna choke me out again?
Better, we're gonna use strikes, all right? And let me explain why that. Saw Paing, interesting character. His background is not Muay Thai, though it may look like Muay Thai in his style if you're familiar with it. It is a style referred to as Lethwei, or also known as Burmese bare knuckle boxing. Okay, what's the big difference here? Well, there are no gloves in this combat sport. They use tape or rope to protect the hands. There's also no point system. So the fighters, in using, ready, punches, kicks, elbows, knees, and yes, headbutts, their goal is to just knock each other out. So it's pretty intense in how they go about it.
I gotta say, you and I differ greatly on the meaning of the word better. But you seem passionate about it.
Well, look, better for the fans.
All right, let's get this breakdown started then.
So it's a fight, let's do it. All right, there we see the Lethwei Muay Thai stance. Here we go. Karo is massive.
He's huge. If I looked like that, I would be posing like that all the time.
I still do, you know, with or without that body.
Damn, is the fight over? He just stabbed me with a harpoon.
He just harpooned his ass, yeah.
Oh, do I get to stab you with a harpoon?
Oh, not yet. No, not yet. That's, next episode. Right cross by Saw Paing, right to Karo's face, son. All right, nice body shot by Saw Paing to Karo, and there's a particular spot, hit the liver.
Gotcha.
All right, now Saw Paing's unleashing combinations. Punches, kicks, elbows, knees. Karo's going back, trying to meet Saw Paing's pace.
Wow.
Yeah, this is very dynamic, love it. And there's a knee to the torso on Karo, thrown by Saw Paing. Okay, nice. That's actually a move we do in dodging head kicks.
Yeah, we have
That's by Karo.
We have something similar called wave in, wave out in Kali.
Okay.
Not that deep.
And we have now a massive uppercut by Karo on Saw Paing. Okay, let's stop here. A lot's happening. We had a body shot, a punch to the torso, a liver punch. We have a knee strike to the torso. We also see an uppercut done by Karo, which is launching Saw Paing right now. A lot happening, a lot of cool stuff. Let's break it down. So the first major body shot by Saw Paing on Karo was a liver shot. Now, how can you tell a liver shot? Well, first thing is, if you look at two fighters, you have to first identify the fighter's right side. In this case here, Logan's liver will be right here. By automatic human design on the right side. We saw Saw Paing in one of the exchanges throws a shot right there, and that's a heavy shot. If it lands well, you can't drop with someone. You see it all the time in professional combat sports. So the way that Saw Paing got to his liver shot, he actually slipped Karo's right cross. So in the exchange here, as Karo throws his cross here, he slips it, which leaves the liver wide open. Saw Paing saw it, he took his shot. Whoa! Right there in the liver. Let's look at how to apply power into a liver shot with the pad on Logan. So, here we go. Nice big pad to protect Logan.
Thank God.
Yep. We're assuming this is the liver. So, off that slip, there's a level change, and this level change gives you the right base and rotation power to hit that shot. Here we go. Level change. And that rotation is what gives you that heavy liver shot. So Saw Paing landed a shot like that on Karo. Surprised that Karo didn't fall on that one.
I did not enjoy that.
So the next big body shot we saw thrown by Saw Paing on Karo was a knee. And if you look closely, it was a right knee to Karo's left side. Now, Saw Paing set up his knee with a lot of punches. If you saw before he throws that knee, a lot of combinations were being thrown with the hands. Karo, being nervous and mindful of those punches, opens up an opportunity to hit here in the body, which is what Saw Paing did. So we have Karo coming back with a heavy uppercut to Saw Paing's face, son. Okay, so what's happening here? Seems like Karo's a big fan of ScenicFights and saw our April Fool's breakdown video and the judo chop that came with it. Good form, didn't scream, but no one's perfect, right? So, with his big, gigantic 2-block right hand, he came in and judo chopped Saw Paing. He comes back with the same hand. He does a big uppercut, eyes white, smoke coming around the hand as he just sends Saw Paing flying. Okay, a bit exaggerated. So how would an uppercut really be set up in a real fight using combinations? Let's look at it. So one basic strategy to set up uppercuts is to create the threats of hooks, punches. For example, Logan and I, we're fighting. He has 5 cents here. And I'm using combinations, but in my combinations, I'm trying to throw hooks, which will create what you're seeing now, this shell-like effect that Logan's doing, and what creates an opening up to the face. So now, I use a pattern. Let's say, for example, jab, cross, hook, rear cross, right? Logan defends it. I come back to it again. Jab, cross, hook, uppercut, right to the face. That's one example. And now, with form and power, here's how you apply an uppercut. I treat uppercuts the same way I treat a hook. Same rotation of the torso. The only thing I change is the rotation of the arm. Here's my target. Push, 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 push. And then later on, you can set up with different combos, like leg kicks, jab, kick, fake, here, and so forth.
Okay, he broke his hand.
Yeah, that's because Saw Paing, he has so much little fractures in his body that it's hardened up, so his bone's just like unbreakable. Nice inside leg kick by Saw Paing on Karo. Drop the man. Boom, combinations. Here we go. Saw Paing's just throwing punches, kicks, knees, elbows. This is the representation of his style. Nice head kick by Saw Paing.
These are brutal.
Counter by Karo, yep.
Okay, what's happening here?
Karo styling, son. He's on his big toe, upside down. His fist is smoking. He's not playing around. It's crazy.
Are you gonna balance on your big toe too?
Let's see. You know, that might be a Patreon thing, huh? All right, look at that stance.
Charging.
Here we go. Screaming, war cry, one eye missing.
I'm actually interested in seeing who's gonna win this. So what was all that?
They're going through the mind of what the combinations will be.
Gotcha.
And we have a teep done by Saw Paing. It's not a front kick, right to the gut of Karo, and just thrown by Karo. All right, we now have an up kick by Saw Paing. Let's stop here. Okay. We have leg kicks, head kicks, a teep, upward kicks. We have a lot of kicks here. Let's break all these kicks down by kicking Logan. Okay? Ready for this? Exactly. Let's go. One really cool exchange here. We see Karo throw a big hook at Saw Paing. So Saw Paing does a snapback, avoiding the hook from Karo. He sees the legs exposed, the lead leg. From here, Saw Paing must come back to his stance and launch a quick inside leg kick. Saw Paing for his kick. When he snaps back and comes back to his kicking stance, his head first lands over his lead knee. But when his head moves over to his right knee, there's no longer any body weight on the lead leg, what makes it very light and loose just to fire off. And that's how these kicks are going. The head goes over the opposite knee of the leg that's kicking. So here we go. And then as you get better with this, snap back here, you can just launch right from here. So snap back. And that's a beautiful inside kick by Saw Paing.
That hurt.
So Saw Paing throws a beautiful head kick, which makes Karo start doing ballet later in the fight. But before we get there, what's happening? How does he set it up? So the way that Saw Paing is setting up his head kick is in his combination before it, he's throwing a lot of leg kicks, which is bringing Karo's attention downward and not here. And so here is an example of a head kick. I'll aim high here in order to protect Logan.
Thank you.
Nice little detail when it comes to kicks. The further your knee goes out, the heavier it is, but the slower it is as well too. The tighter my knee is, the faster it is, but not as heavy as a kick. As you spar and you learn these techniques, you have to know how to pick a speed kick over a heavy kick at the right time. Usually, heavier kicks come later in the fight after you learn the person's pattern and you're finding the openings to go for that finishing blow. In fact, very similar to what Saw Paing did to Karo. Saw Paing demonstrates one of the unique kicks that you see from Muay Thai, which is referred to as a teep. So the teep is mainly used to maintain distance, which allows the attacker to combine other kicks and maintain that range. As I step, my weight is mostly on my lead leg. This makes my rear leg lighter. And now, when the knee comes up, I do a foot extension, a leg extension, and a lean back. Push! And that push is a good spear thrust. That's a teep. So Saw Paing throws his teep while he's rushing and charging Karo. One eye closed, bloody up, screaming, and he lands it. Now, there are counters to when you receive a teep. For example, if Logan was to extend his foot towards my stomach, there are catches here where you can move the opponent and whether strike or sweep. Karo just uses his big ass hands to grab the ankle and just toss this guy like the Hulk on Loki, left and right.
Please don't do that.
Yeah, I don't think I could. I wish I could though. You know, right? Measure the muscle or anything. But look, even though Karo did an exaggerated superhuman counter by grabbing the ankle and throwing his partner left and right, the logic is there where when countering a teep, you capture the leg. Why is it easy to capture? It's a spear thrust leg, so it's easier to catch because it's so stiff. So Saw Paing gets thrown down to the ground by Karo's giant big ass hands. And now he's about to get clobbered by this guy. Saw Paing does a quick reaction and does an up kick right to the face. This is actually totally legit. It's actually one of the first strategies used in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu when it was being developed in Brazil in street fights. When the guard was being made, kicking was a main strategy. It got more advanced where there was these good, unique controls now to better control lower body and create opportunities to kick and go into different type of attacks. Saw Paing does just a basic version of this to get out from that position. A very good example to show you how strong up kicks are is Jacare versus Musashi. Musashi was down, Jacare was striking with a very big punch, just like that. He leaned his head forward and ate it. All 5 toes, right to the face. That was a clear knockout. Perfect example of what I mean. Okay, back to the feet. Karo dodges it, goes for a bear hug, a body lock on Saw Paing.
Saw Paing's done.
No. Saw Paing comes down with an elbow onto Karo. And let's see what's happening here. Next game bent. And it's Karo that's done, baby.
Oh, don't do that to me.
Okay, you know, we'll see. We'll figure it out. But look, a lot of cool stuff happened. Let's break it down. So in his final exchange, Karo applies his bear hug to finish off Saw Paing. We refer to it mostly as a body lock within combat sports. And he gets there by dodging Saw Paing's punch, stepping in and acquiring that lock here. Then he picks up Saw Paing and then starts squeezing him like so, trying to finish the fight, right? From here though, Saw Paing picks his elbow up and strikes right on his neck. And that's how he escapes. Is that a realistic way of getting out of the position? I would say no. What Karo's trying to do is squeeze the life out of Saw Paing using his giant superhuman abilities, which I guess in real life, if there's that much of a size difference, okay, maybe there might be some damage. But let's show you an effective way to effectively use a bear hug, aka front body lock in combat. And 2, let's show you how to effectively escape a body lock if you're in one. In grappling, there are 2 types of controls, and I tell my students this all the time. There are outside control and inside control. They're both important. You need to know both. But if you have a choice of the 2, I tell my students, generally speaking, always go for inside control more than outside control. What does that mean? For example, this is an overhook. This is an outside control. This is an underhook. That is an inside control. Generally speaking, the person with the most inside control wins the exchange. This bear hug / front body lock is a perfect example of inside control. There's so much you can do here. If Karo had some good grappling training, I don't know, maybe a spot called Paxibellum Martial Arts at NYC, he would know to use a position to take the fight to the ground. He had so many options, especially with his giant well belly, he would have won that fight. So here's what he could have done. From the body lock, create a circle where his leg ends up inside Saw Paing's leg, like this. Now, with that lead leg, he could bring his legs together and circle his foot inside for an inside trip. This gives Karo top position to start throwing punches right away. With this takedown, Karo could then start applying immediate ground and pound or some better positioning in order to help him finish the fight. So we saw Saw Paing finish the fight and escape the bear hug with a downward elbow. Could it work in real life? I wouldn't say it wouldn't. You'd be surprised what a good strike can do. But let's look at it a more realistic way. So in this case here, I'm gonna pick Logan up, all right? Logan's first defense, if he effectively gets lifted, creating frames and pushing my head away. Go ahead, Logan, really go ahead. Yep. You'll notice as my head goes more back, holding my partner's body weight gets more difficult because of my head position. I need my head close to my hands for proper mechanics. If you notice, as Logan pushed my head more back, I started to lower him down more because holding him became much more difficult. When you're using strong grappling grips, you need your head close to your arms for that connection. He's ruining that. Now there's more. Logan, to better help himself, can start incorporating strikes. Well, in this case here, his arms are busy, but not his head. Logan's head never goes to sleep. Know what I mean? So from here, we're going to show how Logan creates a good frame here. And at any point, if I don't let go, he can open his hands up and create a head opportunity right to my face, man. If he connects, I'm letting go. And you'll notice, even as he pushes my head, he starts going down to the floor. So now, as Logan is pushing and possibly headbutting, he's combining all this with moving backwards and trying to extend my arm. So, all together here, Logan's getting challenged like so. Good frame there, some head strikes, and now, as he starts walking away from me, I slowly lose my body lock, giving Logan a clean exit. It's always great to do a Kengan Ashura breakdown. The matches they have there, it's cool how they show real martial arts within that world. What I really liked was Saw Paing in his demonstration of Muay Thai and the Burmese bare knuckle boxing style. The stance, the punches, the elbows, the knees, the kicks, it was all really cool. The only con I would say is Karo Yoshinari did not demonstrate as much advanced martial arts techniques and tactics and strategies as compared to older episodes that we broke down before. So because of that, I give it a B+.